switching it off from pre-stream to stream.
Yeah.
Ah, there's the cat. And we were going to go with the red.
Do red, or do some. We can do a couple red, and we can do a bunch of Soleil. I know I wanted to do things that can be with candles.
With candles, yes, because tomorrow we get our shot.
Tomorrow morning, and I don't think
there's a possible 12-hour lead time after getting the shot before you had the potential of feeling that crap.
So I could do some more throwing tomorrow.
Yes, you could. You did that last time.
Yeah.
You exercised the arm, which is supposed to be really good. I think we also worked out in the yard quite a bit. I think we did gardening.
Yeah.
Which I've seen more than one person post about is they get back from doing the thing and now they're going to do gardening, and then the next day they're like, so was it the gardening that did it or the shot?
Yeah. Well, we'll find. We may never know.
There's... No, because you want to do reasonable sized pieces, because there's the other half of that. I can just spritz that down.
Yeah, that's what I mean, just something...
Yeah. It's no, I was reaching and I'm like, oh, here's an open bag. Wait, no, I don't want to use that open bag.
Also give it a chance to... actually do... Was it need, 1 cup, 2 cups?
For the pandemic mugs? Or which order are you talking about?
Because you didn't tell me which order it was for.
Okay, the red mugs I was talking about, we have 2 orders. 1 for 1 mug, 1 for 2 mugs.
Okay, we can do those 3, then we'll just do some plates, which is what I wanted to do. And he kept saying, no, we're doing 3. And I go, no, that's not what I talked about. So it's already mucky colored.
What? Hey, Nix. Did you find an acceptable source of water?
I wonder if this will work. What is something funky? Because it's not sitting flat. These new bats, I'm not really.
Yeah, I see that.
They can't be warped in both directions.
Yeah.
Physics doesn't work that way. You know, there's always
water layers. Itchy eyebrow.
There we go.
Ah, that briefly clicks to the screen with the dark back there. Half the screen suddenly went black. Come on. Be the size I want you to be. There we go. 1 mug size piece. Oh, did I leave the kettle open just for you, Nix?
Of course, if I thought I was going to be doing red, I wouldn't have been wearing this shirt.
You want me to put it back in the bag?
Maybe, because this is just...
It's not being friendly?
No, it's not.
Okay, I will load this stuff. I will not continue cutting here.
And of course, as soon as I say it's not being friendly, it's fine.
Should I finish cutting those 3 mug-sized pieces? I mean, one of them is even weighed out.
Do you see? You saw that, right?
Yes, I don't want to grip. I don't want to grip. Okay.
Fine, then I'm not going to use you then.
Never mind, I give it. Henri Clay.
They're 16 ounce?
16 ounce, yes, correct. And tall format is good.
Yeah, it's one of those things is,
Standard.
I need to, if there's specific dimensions, I kind of need to know that. Well, that was so friendly, it even changed shape for me. After I said it was being completely unfriendly, it's no use do these ones today. Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, I give it.
Fooled ya.
Meh.
Well.
Didn't
There we
even
go.
realize it was sitting, it was kept on because
Well,
it's been
I think I need a fresh towel. What do you
Ooh, that's posable.
Allow me to take that away.
Especially considering the hamper is still out this way.
Yeah.
Well,
We cleaned
hold
it
on.
part way.
Yeah, we got the floor cleaned.
That's about it.
Yeah.
And when you get through editing it, you'll even post the
Yes, I know. I still
No,
need to
I'm
do the
trying to tell
time-lapse.
people.
It's like
gonna
put it
do
on
the
my
time-lapse
to-do
of
list.
time lapse of us cleaning because it's quite the ordeal.
Oh, especially when we start slip sliding around,
Oh,
or the
yeah.
number of times the camera fell all over or down, and suddenly
Yeah.
we're looking at like the corner of the wall.
Yeah, so it was kind of amusing. Because it's always something funny happens when we're trying to clean.
None of us hit the floor. Neither of us did.
No.
It's actually kind of surprising because it came awful close a couple times.
The clay gets on the floor. And you can't sweep because then you get the clay dust in the air. So what we do is we pour water on the floor and we
Mop it up.
to wet it down and then mop it up. But first you have to get it all the way wet.
You dislike the clay.
And right around the wheel here gets the...
so slippery.
Yeah. And we're barefoot because with shoes there's less traction. Believe me.
Yes. I'd rather be
Also, it's a nice beauty treatment for the feet. We only use water, there's no soap because you're just trying to get it up.
You're just trying to get clay up.
Yeah. So the feet get this nice clay treatment.
You get a nice clay mask. Mind you, I think I'm still getting the clay out from around the toenails.
Oh, I had no problems getting off my skin at all.
Well, your skin's different than my skin.
And my feet go, oh yeah, clay, nice.
I know, the feet actually did feel better afterwards.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, this beauty treatment. Which is another reason for not using any soap.
Yep.
We have it up on Facebook.
Here it is. I can line it up like that. Oh, not drag you over. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, can this be shareable? Kevin.
It should be.
The post. Oh, it might not be shareable from the group. Let me see.
It's also
Oh, because it's a private group. Let's see. Nope, got it. You have to click on the link, and the original post is public. You have to go there and share.
okay. Nice uncooperative clay here, yes. I said it was uncooperative and it fooled ya. It's been perfectly fine now, sir.
schedule the class. There we go. Okay. Look up, check for typos.
Next bet. And there we go. And now it's being perfectly friendly. Because I said it wasn't.
Gotcha.
But it's kids. Or cats.
And there's now 2 shirts of it.
Oh, cool.
So it looked like I was able to provide helpful data.
Good.
It's because it was a link within a private group,
Yeah.
so it's not shareable. Which I mean makes sense. I mean you don't want someone sharing data out that shouldn't be shared.
Yeah. I had to go to private because security issues.
Yeah. Pretty much every SCA group has gone over to that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
SCA as a
SCA
whole.
wide.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
and
not everybody is as patient and is security conscious or knows how to,
how to defeat the bots.
Yeah. The way I look at it, it's just patience. I can outwait it. I can keep deleting each and every one before it gets through.
Yep. You had more patience than bots.
That should say something.
Yeah.
So if I lose patience with something,
Ooh, yes. That is a very bad sign. It's managed to piss you off more than computer generated spam.
yeah.
Oh no.
What?
Apparently that event is Zoom only.
Oh, well. Here's the link to our page. There's one platform we don't do is Zoom. Our IT person says no. Now we're going to be doing some plates.
Yes. If anyone has some
Unless there's somebody out there.
questions.
They were something people want me to see through. Or their questions. Any requests.
Yes. Thanks. Also 26 ounces. Oh, you need a big plate. I don't, if you feel up to it.
How big?
10 10 to 11 inches. It's the one for, drawing a blank on her name. Cat order.
Ah, yes. Sally.
Thank you! Nims!
Yeah, which is more than the size of the 10 to 11,
Yes.
which is the size of
The big
wheelhead.
bats.
It's the big bats. That's why I was,
That's why you were measuring the wheelhead?
yeah. Let's try, I'll just do a smaller one first, because that's probably what you have right there, so.
And it's like, well, how do you generally add into doing classes? And it's like, via the platforms already described. This is a normal plate size.
Yeah, that's what I said, because
Yeah,
from the looks of it, that's a normal plate.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was reading and responding. My input circuits had filled.
It's okay. Don't have to listen to me. Switch water. Doing this, what it is. Big pancake. All the plate is a low cylinder. The sponge.
The sponge,
The sponge.
as I recall, the 11 that 10 to 11 ounce size requires like double the clay.
Yeah, because it takes a lot more.
Yes.
That's why
It's
maybe
not-
we'll just do these, because also you want to make sure that one doesn't dry too fast, otherwise it'll crack.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we could do that and just put plastic over it, tint it
Yeah.
lightly. Just control the drying.
The humidity's still only like 47%.
Yeah. Put it down in the garage.
I could put it downstairs. And well away from the kiln. And that should slow the drying even further.
Yeah, to make it a nice smooth texture. Just lovely little silicone ribs. There you go.
Is there like, but I don't know how it gets grouped into an event if it's on a separate feed. It's like
You just add links.
you add links. It's like, but you see, it's not within their own little structure of rooms. Then it's like it's different. Go. Actually, this plate gets being plate goes over here. Handle things go over there. And so I suggest. Yeah.
You handed me that one, okay. Go. Depends on which bat I use, you see.
Well, then I was gonna just like, you want to see how other groups involve other platforms, you can check out this with the Atlantia University.
Yeah. Or Drakenbow.
Yeah.
How Draken did it. or well, even Penzic is utilizing.
Penzic is also doing multi-platform.
Yeah. Because no matter what you do, there's you'll not get 100% of people that will use the same platform.
No.
It's like with browsers. Does everybody use the same browser?
Nope. This is what we're planning on was to class links. And it's like yeah. They were thinking mono-platform is what it boils down to. Oh, you're gonna need more water soon.
Yes, I am.
And I'm gonna have to fill back up the
everybody
buckets.
has their own way of doing
Oh,
things.
yeah.
And you can't tell somebody that
No.
your way of doing it's wrong.
I'm not saying it's wrong.
No, that's just it. It's because everybody's
It's
gonna
like,
have their own way.
well, if you're going to do it that way, then we cannot participate.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I really like doing classes,
Yeah.
but
You pick the one platform we don't do.
yeah. Now, go from pancake.
Next step. Yeah, I know. There's water in these now. It's because there's no running water in here.
Because it's an improved patio.
Yeah.
It's not really a room at all. Funny lump in this piece of clay?
I'm so sorry.
No, that's good. Yeah,
It's a lump, not in their bowl.
it's either a lump or a low density spot.
Does that count as an anti-lump?
It boils down to the same thing, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see the...
Yeah, that's what it's kind of like.
My apologies. Assuming it wasn't a factor in the clay itself, which sometimes those are.
Yeah, and sometimes you get those with this variety of clay, you'll get low density spots.
Yeah.
This one's, I'm gonna have to change the shape.
It's still a pretty plate. Somebody... Jackie says hi there.
Hey, no! Doing some throwing here.
Whoop, got it.
Oh, I didn't measure how big it actually was.
Oh, here, you want it back? Here, or I can set it down right here.
Yeah. Use my handy dandy street program.
10.
10. It's exactly 10.
Oh yes, and this one I want to take downstairs. Well, I'll put it here for now.
Yeah.
Oh, goo in the eye. Stupid allergies.
Yeah. Well, it's just a regular plates, I guess.
Yes. Especially considering at this point, it's the bottom corners of the bag.
Yeah.
Yep. Turn this over. What? Because here's a question for you. How much harder is it to throw a 10-ounce plate as compared just to
You mean a 10-inch plate?
10-inch ounces?
Does
Sorry.
it takes twice as much clay?
It takes twice as much energy?
Maybe not twice as much, but it does take more energy to throw the bigger plates. because there's also more.
It's more clay to be shoved around,
Yeah.
more distance to shove it across.
Yeah. It's trying to get my wrist to feel better. I don't know what. It could have just been from gardening. Could have been from the first vaccine shot.
Yeah.
Because also a lot of things are
From
what did I do?
exercising.
Yeah. So yeah, trying to not overdo it, which is really easy to do.
Especially when you have a high pain tolerance.
Yeah, and
Are you excited to make more cabochons? Feels like
Yes.
I've been ordering so many this week. I already
they're
have.
fun.
See, there it is.
I got some of them made yesterday.
Oh. Think we got the article on. Switch the angle of this over to cat. There we go. There's the mix on the screen now. Yes. In fact, we got some cabochons underway last night. In fact, I made extra. Just in case. I could get them all the black ones, but I did end up making a spare oval, large, like when you need it.
Which is kind of funny, really. The
I lucked out. That's what I'm like, making random ones. I was like, oh, how about an extra one of this shape?
It's fun to do collaborative work with others. Okay, and legs.
Would you be able to provide links to the videos?
Oh,
There.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There.
Okay.
Link's done.
Yeah.
Well, especially since we have
Yeah, because they don't have to be live. People
Yeah.
can just watch them
Yeah.
whenever. That's why another
you
reason
won't
for
have
doing
the
it now.
precise, video specific one until post or during. But
Yeah.
the channels to point them at, it's like, here are the links.
Here's the link. And when there's a new one, it'll always pop up
It'll
on top.
send you notifications if you click like.
Click subscribe on.
Subscribe, follow, and the different things. None of our channels are monetized as of yet, and frankly, that's
more.
almost unbelievably out there. Oh, so many already done. If so, any of the painting or anything on video, let me know so I can share it on our page
Oh,
too.
we'll have to
Okay,
do
yeah.
that. I've been wanting to
Cross-post.
do a painting
Yes.
video. Because did one of those for a class, and people were just enthralled with watching
yeah.
me paint.
Point in cases, cabochons are something that you could paint during a tile painting course.
Yeah.
Because it's the exact same techniques.
It's just smaller.
Has figured out how to do it so that she could hold on to the cabochons without getting her fingers in the way or ending up with cramped hands.
Well, I have like tendinitis in one
Stick
hand.
them to a board.
Yeah, I just stick them. Put a little bit of tape and stick them to the board. When I'm done, I take it off. It works. And one day I will actually get to fixing that pedal, which doesn't always want to stop.
Yes.
Kind of has a mind of its own anymore.
And there's times
The
when
wheel was also close to 15 years old.
and man, they've gone up in price.
God, I know. They
have not
tripled.
gone. Yeah, they have not gone up, inflation amount.
They've like tripled in price. Some of this will be fine.
If you want to continue with this clay, I'm going to have to go get you a fresh that.
Yeah, do that. And since we're planning that, you know, it's going to be all.
Yeah. We are planning for a
We'll get our second COVID shot tomorrow. This here, it's on. Where's my sponge? Use the sponge so I don't leave finger ridges. Some little fingers. And then without the sponge, I kind of leave ridges. Unless you're doing, you know, one of those fry pans with the ribbled bottom.
You did
don't
do that frying pan specifically with the deep finger grooves so that somebody could get grill marks.
Yeah.
In a ceramic frying pan.
Yeah.
We heard back from them that it worked too.
Yeah.
And that frying pan was part of the divorce settlement?
It was contested item.
It was a contested item.
And it was good. Wow.
Well, that's a thing.
I feel very honored to have made something that
Was that valued?
Yeah.
Of the fact that right now, all I can see is 1 foot sticking up over the box edge.
Silly kitty.
I'll be right back with another section.
Okay. Ooh, no, that is a nasty air bubble there. Oh my. But this is how you get rid of the air bubble. Pop it. Don't want to leave the air bubbles in here because otherwise it will explode in the kiln. Because air expands when it gets hot. So yeah. Let's see. Get all the air bubble out. Good. Pop it. Get the air out. Smooth it back down. It's all Sarah's fault, of course. There's no bubble. No, actually it isn't. Sometimes there's just air bubbles that are in the piece of clay. Other times when you...
Is there an air bubble?
Yeah, it was a really big one too.
Mm-hmm. Well, if I was the source, my apologies.
Yep, it's all your fault, Sarah. That's what I was telling you. I go, no, not actually. It's no fun to pick on you if you're not here to... No. Sometimes it just happens if you join two pieces, it can trap air. Sometimes in the manufacturing process, and it gets into that
air bubbles in there.
It's not as bad as when you find foreign objects in the clay.
Oh yeah, that's always.
That's vile. You get bored with the red clay.
Yeah.
You get bored. That one, I don't know what's with the processing of that one clay.
Maybe it's because it's got a lot of secondary clay components. It's more prone to having contamination.
Yes, I found all sorts of stuff in there.
You found chunks of wood in there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's not part of the either natural clay body or components, because they're all done by recipe.
Yeah, the clays that you get nowadays, they are not primary clays. They're not straight out of the ground. Not even period one done straight out of the ground.
Unless you get way far back, but even you'd have to get like the bronze edge.
Even then, you have to prep the clay and make sure there's no rocks in it.
Yeah. So you don't just pull it out of the ground and use it. That's a recipe for disaster.
That's how you get things like air bubbles and lumps and hunks of wood.
Poisonous, like the blue goo.
Oh, goodness, yes.
Which is arsenic in it.
Yeah.
That's what made it blue.
It also contained a lot of asbestos because it was because it had a lot of decomposed serpentine in it.
Yeah. And it's kind of people just go and harvest it up from the cliff and use it, and it was kind of like,
And just bathe in arsenic and asbestos. No big deal.
yeah.
Oh, again, asbestos is no big deal when it's wet.
As soon as it gets into the air.
As soon as it gets into the air, yeah. It's bad enough. Okay.
My sponge. There it is. It kind of blended in.
And the thing is having a brightly colored plastic shelf on you next to you wouldn't help either because
As soon as it gets covered in clay,
everything becomes clay tone.
it's your basic clay color.
It's like when we were cleaning and you cleaned the shelves off.
They're actually white.
I don't think they're white anymore.
Well, not all the cheap plastic shelves. I think from like Home Depot or Lowe's.
Yeah.
Because it was when Cindy had come out from Jackie's for the fair one year. And she bought those for her booth. And she goes, well, since she flew out, she goes, you guys get to keep them afterwards. And it's, okay.
Yeah.
Because we loaned her a pop-up and tables. And, yeah.
Getting to get to a merchant buddy from the East Coast.
Oh yeah, that was great. Picked her up from the airport.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Oh yeah. Mentioned I don't like parking garages.
It was something even to find a place to pull over that wasn't in a paid parking lot to clarify the directions on where to get into the airport.
Well, that's SeaTac for you though.
Yeah.
It's a whole town that grew up around an airport. But yeah, we hosted her. There was the supply, a little ice chest for her food.
A cot,
a sleeping bag. Pop-up and tables.
I know, I still need to research new buckets for you.
I know.
Dang it, they changed the size and shape of the containers that the dishwasher soap comes in, and they're not good anymore. How dare they?
That last one, oh god, then the smell never gave out. Oh my god, it was awful.
I can use that one as a catch basin. Ugh! Thank you. You got distance. You hit my arms over here.
Complain.
Stick my tongue on it. How many plates do you want to throw?
I don't know. But I know we just need a lot.
Yeah, because we're currently out of normal-sized plates in terms of having things on hand. And I can go through the order.
Shannon is going to be placing another order very soon.
You know this for certain?
Yeah, I got an email.
Oh, goodness. Okay, all the plates in the world, and slightly smaller ones. Because she prefers the ones that are the 7 to 8.
Yeah.
Okay, that changes what size I'm cutting. I'm sorry, I had not gotten that detail. So, I think those ones are more like the 23s rather than the 26s.
I don't know. We have plenty of bowls.
Yes, we do.
I was trying to get this thing to stop.
You were yelling at me, you were yelling at the wheel, and talking to me at the same time. Okay, so what I could do is I could take these. Could you leave these ones? Okay.
They're already there.
So these ones are 26s, this one's a 23. And we have some, but not a whole lot in the way of the cup size that she likes.
So we should also do some cups too.
Because she normally orders 15-ish. It's one too many lots.
Yeah, depends on.
And as you said, we have a lot of bowls. I think we have something like 4 or 5 in terms of like handleless cups in that, like 14-ounce range. Oh, we need to throw the one for Baroness of Alicia. I'm really great at names today.
I don't remember what her SCA name is.
Nora. Yes. Her.
Her. Yes.
Ow! Stabbed myself on a tool.
Don't do that.
Well, that was one of the plastic-ended ones, not particularly sharp. But we need to throw the new 8 to 10 ounce SI for that.
Yeah.
This piece is for it to sit aside, because it's not a plate.
Oh, damn. We talked about cups. This is a
autopilot.
There's
make a nice 16-ounce cup there.
Things to be said about muscle memory.
Yes.
Not
all of them polite.
It's one of those things. I don't always pay attention to what I'm throwing. And we started talking about cups instead of making a plate.
You made a cup?
Made a cup.
Okay, do you want me to put that in the handle pile or the not handle pile? Because you'd make a nice mug.
You would make a nice mug. Here we go.
It looks like it needs to be a mug. We need more mugs, right?
Yeah.
We always need more mugs.
Something about pay attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And make a plate this time. Oh dear. No. It's one of the new bats, you see. It's a little bit of persuasion. It's the new bats. It didn't quite fit.
No.
The holes were just a little too small and just slightly too far apart. So if you make them bigger,
Slightly too close, because I had to ream a little further out. Yeah, so what I did is I got the drill and...
That's why it's sitting right there.
Yes.
Drill.
Don't you always see a drill
Sitting next to it.
I know, it just doesn't look right sitting next to the computer, does it?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten around to, taking it back in. Oh, look, it's a plate!
Yeah.
Okay, so we have done 4 plates and a mug. Oh, and a large plate. That's one of my jobs is to cut off the plate the right size for what she needs to throw.
There really is a...
And to take the pieces away so you don't end up with a big pile around you.
Yeah. And standing up, sitting down, standing up, sitting down.
It's very wearing.
Yeah. Especially if you have a bad knee. I think you started doing that when I had a sprained ankle or something. I don't remember when it was you started doing that.
I think it was just I was keeping you company.
So you started doing
So
that.
I was just doing things.
And you're going, oh, no, you make horrible sounds every time you stand up
You
here.
do,
Let me
you
do
creak.
this.
So I just kept doing it.
And we used to have all the orders just hung up on, was it a garage door at the time?
Yes, they were taped to a garage door. And they would hang all down evenly. They were visible no matter whether the door was open or shut.
Yeah. But, and then when we moved, we didn't have any place it was in a small little 8x8 room.
It was, the 8x8 room contained not only the wheel and a drying rack, but my desk and computer as well. Two people could not, get up from their workstations at the same time in that.
No. And we
Not
had
without
clay
playing
dust
bumper cars.
throughout the rest of the house as a result.
Yeah. Even without the aid of, without feline assistance. Yeah, Nix, I'm talking about you.
But, the cats
And your
liked it in there,
predecessor.
so they would walk in and track clay out.
And
Which
most of the time it was dry. Every once in a while one of the cats would slip, shall we say?
Foot into the bucket of poo.
There was the one morning where there was the trail of red footprints through the house.
From one
And
end of the house to the other,
from one
because
end
your
of the house to the
bedroom was
other.
at the other end of the house.
Yeah. And those paw prints never did wash out of that comforter. There's little red clay stained paw prints on it to this day.
And there was times where I'd get up and they were through my room into the bathroom. There's windows in there, but they're nice and sunny.
Ah, she laid down. I think that all that is visible at this point is one ear tip.
Oh, now there's peeking overhead. Nope, not here.
Hi. You gonna give me a dirty look now, eh? Did I disturb your nap?
Yeah,
Did I call
one
your
day it
name?
was 80 out here, the next day it was like 55.
Oh, she was kind of grouchy.
It's kind of like, first it's too hot. No, it's too
When it was,
cold.
yeah, she's not particularly fond of the 80s. But she just can't get comfortable anyplace. She's just pacing around the room trying to find the cool spot that doesn't seem to exist. And it's too warm up in her area there. That's okay, the next day when it was 55, she's like, lap. Lap is good. Don't move, human. Isn't that right, Kim? This is about your favorite temperature.
Tell me that's a lump and not an air bubble. Oh, it looks like an air bubble.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can go weeks without having an air bubble in something.
Semi-difficult membership question. I'm like, I would not consider where the SEA started a difficult membership question. Not when 30 seconds on Google would have given me an answer.
Other than that, just say,
Yeah.
probably you could say the West. Well, if you know what the first kingdom was. It was originally just for West Kingdom, in which case Christine Lee, I think she's lives in Sinagua.
Yeah.
It could be a miscentric kind of question,
Yeah.
of which I'm
That's all
sorry.
right. The group is private to comply with current social media policies. The question is easily researched.
Yeah.
mix, it's easier to
Because
chew on the box when you're sitting in it.
First, it wasn't a private group.
It's chew on the box time again.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the small piece of clay. It'll make a small plate. It was meant to be a cup. I'm sorry, I turned away.
Well, make some for the one that was a cup.
Yeah. There was somebody commenting on the post inviting people to the merchant group on the virtual Betaine.
Yeah, but it's, I'm sorry.
That's what was interesting. Also, I'm not the best one to judge whether. The question is, where did the SEA start?
As I said,
Yeah.
she's, you know, it's,
She currently has the Sinaguan arms
Yeah.
as her image.
yeah, and it's kind of like,
But there were two more requests to join over on the merchant page.
oh, wait. I'm glad people are checking it out. Yes. I'd started it last year, March cloud.
And it's
Oh, you can't post on the Kingdom page. Okay, I'll make a page for
Yeah.
it.
Because you're
And
not.
Lisa just did it on a lark.
Yeah.
And here, okay, now come to, and I invited a bunch of merchants to come and join. I kind of badgered them into joining actually, but
Yeah, there's some who are like, but how long is it really going to be necessary anyways?
I badgered some of them into it.
But I don't do virtual stuff. Yeah, this was March 2020.
And some of them have only posted a couple of times.
It's not a menu for everybody. But I mean, at this point, the group is approaching 400,
Yeah.
and it's got merchants from
a number of different kingdoms.
Yes.
I think it's far. I think Rigger Crafts is the one that is the farthest away.
Other coasts.
The other coast.
It's like, man, like, you know, all of them are I think all of the merchants are continental U.S. because
Yeah.
I'm like pausing to think about it, and I'm like, no, I don't think there's any things, you know, because that's fairly distant. I don't think there's anybody who's not continental U.S.
Yeah.
Yes, and Barbados also wanted in. So it's
cool.
like, oh, like, we also have shoppers from far more than just the West.
Yeah.
It's fun, but it's also it's a much smaller atmosphere than say Merchant Group.
Yeah.
It has what 1/10 the population?
Not even
1/10.
There's like 9,000 on Merchant Relief.
Wow.
So we don't even have half of 1/10, okay? Because
We have 1/20th.
Yeah. But also, the West only had like 3 or 4 merchants to begin with. And you had some that crossed over from Ontario to going to the West, some from West that would go into Ontario.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Looking for your sponge again?
And it's not quite as old as Merchant Relief, but
No. Not much newer.
no, not much. But it had already started, and it's kind of like, oh, that's an idea.
Because at that point, it wasn't called SCA Merchant Relief. It was Gulf Wars Merchant Relief. It had yet to change names.
Yeah.
because it didn't change names for another
Maybe
week.
or month or something, because it was already after Gulf Wars, and this is really going well, and this is going to last a while. So
And we should open it up to more than just Gulf War merchants. And they did successfully expand it.
Yeah, they did, which is great. And the West Kingdom virtual event Merchants Row was kind of just, yeah.
It was started on a lark.
And it was also, okay, we're going to have a virtual event. We're going to have a virtual Merchants Row.
I still remember it was people who slept in that Saturday. Who are like, what is going on? All my friends are hallucinating that they're at March Ground. I actually had to double check to make sure it wasn't really happening. Because people were so much doing virtual role play of what would be going on at any given point during the day.
I know.
There were the morning cries, including the spoof version is somebody get their clown car out off the list field and things of that nature.
Oh yeah.
Or the spoof blow-by-blow commentary for the non-existent fights.
Yeah.
It was great fun.
Yeah, that's why we had the morning cry for the virtual war.
That was cool. Having the virtual A&W war, there was virtual cries. The shouts of what was going to happen. We had an actual herald do little videos.
Yes, Cormac Ward, the voice of war. Yes.
I don't think that's been done by any other virtual war either. I think it has remained unique.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I was too stubborn to let it.
Well, at that point, it's like they didn't want to cancel the war quite yet. They didn't want to cancel it quite yet. Because what if things got better?
And with it being a two-kingdom war, it was...
Oh yes, the two kingdoms agreeing to cancel it.
Yeah.
I swear you go through water faster when it's a little bucket. I think it's with it not having as much surface area, more of the splatters don't stay in the bucket.
Could be.
I was watching you squeeze out the sponge, I was watching the go.
Also, that sponge was soft, and it's not necessarily the one I use all the time.
Ah.
Because that's actually the one for porcelain.
Do you want me to hydrate the other one?
Yeah. See, that one was... It hydrates quicker. Like, a lot quicker.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'm watching it absorb liquid. This piece is to be a replacement wood rose cut.
And now it's sinking.
Well, I'll fish it back out.
That's why I don't leave them just sitting in there, because they will sink.
They do sink.
As soon as they absorb enough water. Well, also, they're saturated with clay.
They get heavy fast.
Yeah.
There we go. And now I'll put your porcelain sponge back in the basket there.
Yeah.
Six plates. Oh, there's another one over there I need to move. 7.
Yeah, no, it is a cup.
Yes, because
I started doing cup, and it's...
No! I didn't hardly crossfire you this time. Because I started to get exasperated. Wait, no, it is the correct thing.
This is going to end up being a little bit too much clay for this cup. That's okay, I'll cut off the excess.
Okay. I'm sorry, I cut you off 20 ounces like is normal for an 8 to 10 ounce cup.
But sometimes
the clay goes further.
It's not meant to be.
There you go, being efficient. Somewhere along the way, I got a smear of dark clay across the back of my knuckles. Where?
Off the edge of the wheel.
Edge of the wheel or off the back of the bat. Cool.
Yeah.
Nothing under there. We'll put this one right here. And I'll go over that way.
There. That's a little more like it.
Yes.
Or use a tool when I can use my finger. I don't need fingernails.
Yes, the corners of the box are harder to chew on when the flaps are folded down, aren't they?
Oh, poor kitty.
She's starting to chew her way into one corner.
There we go.
And indoors we have sacrificial boxes for the cat.
She likes to chew chunks off of boxes.
She just chews
Good
cardboard
for her
too
teeth, I
bits.
suppose, but
She's got really clean teeth.
yeah.
It's better than her attacking, like the sewing scissors. It's like, don't chew.
Or the Dremel.
Or the Dremel.
While it was.
Well, she was interested in the drill the other day while I was using it. So I kept batting her away with my leg. It's like,
But
no.
she was afraid of the fan.
Yeah, she was afraid of the fan. To the point where she wouldn't get out of her carrier. Because there was the scare. It was off, too. But she saw it sitting there.
And this was the day before we brought it in here. Turned it on. She had her face right up to it.
And suddenly she was cowering on the other side of the room.
Yeah. Didn't like the heater either.
No, but she'll sit on top of the dehumidifier and bask in the air coming out.
Yeah, I know.
In the middle of winter. When the air coming out is cold.
I don't know. This I suppose was supposed to.
Hi.
It's a cup.
It's a cup. Is it going to be another mug? Well, actually, it's one of the smaller pieces. We also need the S-sided cups for Shannon as well.
Yeah, we do. It's an S-sided cup.
Yes, totally. Totally
meant to do that.
Yes.
I know we have some, but
Not enough.
we never have enough of the right shaped cups.
No, never.
Well, it's our own fault for doing so many different shapes.
Yes.
And sizes.
And sizes. And in the rebuild of the site, I'm trying to streamline that across all the pages. Because I was going through them and it's like, over here it has this implemented, but not that implemented. And over there it's got this.
Well,
and amazingly,
I
I've got
4 years since you did it last.
3 years. 3 years for complete rebuild. I have done updates since then, but yeah, it made it crude.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have 17 pages, 17 of the 42 product pages rebuilt. But the next segment is kind of a trio that have to be done together. It's the Greek ones.
Yeah.
And that's going to require custom formatting.
I keep adding more time periods and all too, so it doesn't help.
And once I get a rebuild done of, that's a nice one.
It just keeps.
Cool.
I know this kind.
Sometimes they're particularly nicely shaped cups.
There we go.
Not bad for something that was supposed to be a plate.
No, not bad at all, huh? It's one of those days.
And after I get all 42 of those pages done, then I'll build some of the ones that are on the list to build.
Yeah, but how much money do we spend on website development?
Me, hours.
Yeah, it's just your hours. We wouldn't have a website if we had to pay somebody else for it.
no.
Because more times than not, they're overpriced.
Yeah.
And you don't get what you want because you get what somebody else.
You get something templated.
Yeah.
But I take pre-existing templates and I modify them.
But you try to make it look as much like our business as
Yeah.
possible.
I try to match the flavor of the
We
business.
went through that one SBDC class, Small
Branding.
Business Development.
Branding
class.
is key.
Yeah, but also then they had this one, your big perk for that
Oh.
class was to have your
I have
website.
a website designed for you.
And it was kind of like,
And they wanted
Wow.
to remake not just the website, but our
Our
logo
logo.
and styling.
everything. Because it was wrong.
It needed to be modern and clean and minimalist.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, and the
That's
thing is.
not our target market.
Yeah.
We know what appeals to our target market.
But also the fact that wasn't our style.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't budge. Because, no.
So we finally just told them goodbye, and then we had to give feedback as to why we wouldn't accept their assistance. And they kind of got in trouble with the SBDC.
Yeah. It's the one thing that area had that was really
We had
good.
an excellent small business
They had one of the,
development
they were in the top 10 for the nation
center at that point in time.
at that point in time, yeah. This was like about 15 years ago.
Unfortunately, eventually they ended up with lazy grant writers, and they could only give the services
To people who hadn't received
money from that particular grant.
again.
Yeah.
So they had worked their ways right out of
Yeah.
a number of their more. Because the grants were, you get, one time, got a copy of QuickBooks.
This the time where it was the
With,
year-long one where for every dollar that you put in a savings account, they would match it with two, up to
$1,000 a month.
Yeah, no,
No, $100 a month.
$100 a month.
It was 12.
So we put in $1,200.
That's how we got our first big kiln.
Yes.
And it paid for the wiring and stuff.
Oh,
And
Rusty's. The kilns have kind of developed names. There's Shiny, which is the new one, because it is.
We got it out removed here because the other one is nigh on dead. It's so broken because
Because living on the coast, between the heat and the salt air, it was causing things, and the wind, and the blowing moisture, it caused key pieces of the exterior of the kiln to rust completely away.
Disintegrate.
And then when the support band for the bottom of the kiln disintegrates, you have nothing left holding the firework in the bottom of the kiln together.
And it collapsed during the blaze fire.
Yes.
So he's old Rusty. Then we have the little kiln that could, which was our first kiln.
Yes.
Got that when we still lived in Dublin.
Is it younger or older than Colin?
Younger. Not by much.
Okay, so it's around 20 years old.
It'd have to be 20 because it wasn't new when we moved.
Yeah, you're right.
It was when I was working at the middle school.
And we, moved in 2002.
So probably around 2000.
Yeah, so it's a little over 20 years old.
1999, 2000.
The little kiln that could is old enough to drink.
Yeah. Is when we still lived in California, we'd do the Ren Fair up here. We were up here for a month. But 4 weeks of events without making any more product was,
Not sustainable.
yeah, it's a family that lives in the area. So at first it was, okay, well, why don't you just bring your kiln up here and
And we'll find a way to plug it in on the fair site.
on the fair site.
And at that point, the fair site power was generator.
Their generators kept breaking down. They couldn't figure out what was wrong. First time is it ran out of fuel.
It ran out of gas.
That was the first time we ran the kiln. Then it broke down 2, 3, 4 more times. It turned out it was every time we were running the kiln. They never caught on.
The little dirt bucket under the sink out there is overflowing.
Oh.
You're back.
So after, kiln ran on generator power. And then it was, during the week, they'd take the power from food booth that had a deep fat fryer, which conveniently had the same power requirements. But they weren't using it, so we could only fire it during the week. Then after a couple years of that, we were doing it at a cousin's house, and which was fine. So kilns aren't supposed to travel. And we'd pack it up and haul it with us for a month. So he got the name of the little kiln that could. It'd been in garages and back decks and shops. And now it's on our nice enclosed porch area.
Which will eventually get upgraded to being a cat booth.
Yes. It'd also just be nice to have that
Have
part
it so we could have it screened in and we could open up the windows and stuff and get fresh air.
Yeah, more fresh air in here.
More fresh air.
The only windows that open are on one side.
Yeah.
Because it looks like the previous owners took a deck and put in windows.
Yes. They walled it with windows and laid carpet over veneer over the deck. It's cedar deck.
It's a cedar deck.
Because putting the wiring in for the little kiln drilled through it. And there's no mistaking that smell.
It's aromatic cedar. The thing is that stick was probably...
It's probably 70s.
Yeah, 71.
Yeah.
I looked up the permits on this house. So I know what was done when.
Research.
I still don't know what the house originally looked like. Doing research is kind of sometimes, What am I researching? Well, what this house looked like. Found out who the previous owners were.
And who was responsible for what in terms of the changes done to it over the years.
Oh, at least of the ones that were done with a permit.
Yeah, well.
There's no information on that shed.
No.
That has power run to it. It's on a proper foundation. It's really well built.
Yeah, one would assume that a permit was involved in that, but I don't know.
Maybe it was done at the same time as this.
Could be. Very likely.
That way it would have just been grandfathered
part of the thing.
Into the whole thing there. Yeah.
Okay, that's your last piece of clay at the moment. Do you want me to cut more?
Yeah, we do more.
You have done 8 plates and 1 cup.
9.
Do you want to do a total of 10 plates?
Yeah, we'll do 10 plates.
How's your back feeling?
It's not the back that hurts.
What's hurting this time?
It's the hands. But it's one of those things I don't know whether it's something I did or it was from the vaccination.
Yeah.
Because I'm hearing a lot of people who get aches and pains. Or, fibromyalgia sufferers seem to have flare-ups. So, that would make sense, because suddenly everything hurt.
Yeah.
And it was kind of, why is everything hurt?
Because normally you only complain like that when you've had contaminated food.
I know I hadn't.
Yeah.
Because we don't eat out.
No. We doubly don't eat out in the past year. Okay. Stuck to the wall.
Yeah, and a splattered face.
Nah. Okay. So at... my nose itches and I can't eat it because it's got clay in my hand. After 10 plates, do you want to stop or do you want to do cups?
You can do some cups.
Okay.
Is it cups, not mugs?
Cups. Yes, cups. the last plate piece sitting way out here on the corner. And I'll start piling the cup pieces away from it. Go. Oop.
Okay. So,
I'll move that in just a second. Squish it, squish it.
do maybe about 3-4 cups.
That's a cup piece. That's a plate piece, yes.
Maybe-
There's a whole 2 ounces separate and different in size.
Yeah, and it's got like, well, of course, the closer would be with the 1 and 1 ounce.
Side. There. Do we have this? One of these days we'll do a ceiling mount for the thing that holds that webcam.
So,
So like one of those big gooseneck things that Adam Savage uses.
yeah, that would be good.
Because that way you could also change the angle. You could have it so it looks straight down over the wheel.
Yeah.
Which would be a little hard to do with a tripod. Yeah, I was hearing that too.
I'll sit back because it was splashing
Oh,
back.
sorry.
I know it's all.
I did not mean to splatter you in the face. Side.
Spongy.
Crunchy?
Spongy, spongy.
Oh, spongy.
See, when I do this, it bounces back. But the other one, it's a much finer texture.
Yeah. Which is the reason I use that one for porcelain.
Yeah.
Because the porcelain will show the texture of the sponge.
Oh, yeah.
3 or 4 cups.
Oh. It's just the way this bat is sitting. Got it.
I'm not making perfect rounds, but at least I'm taking the corners off the pieces for you.
Plate.
3 more ounces.
Plate.
And these last 4 will be cups.
Yeah.
Oh, when did
An
you
unused bat.
Ooh, shiny. Yeah, this is what the bats look like when they're new. Notice the complete lack of any clay on it. Well, except for...
Also, if you notice where she bored out the holes.
Yeah. With a drill bit. Blah. As you said the other day, maybe someday we'll have enough bats and enough bat storage arrangement.
We need the bat storage.
So you can do color differentiation.
Also, if we had something from up above, I wouldn't have the tripod anyway.
Yes.
Just
So I
saying.
need to find the video of Adam's where it's got the parts list for doing the camera arm.
Yeah. Except he uses his phone.
Yes.
It's the only thing he can get to
Well,
work
reliably.
And all the other ones in. And
I'm not a camera person.
Cups.
Cups. Yes. Well, considering what's holding the camera onto the tripod is a hair tie,
Yeah.
I would just not have to.
The one line from Red Dwarf comes to mind.
Which line?
We're not even Betty Boop.
Yes. Mickey Mouse, we're not even Betty Boop. Yes.
I mean, come on. It's
Yeah.
held on there with a hair tie.
With a hair tie.
And that's
Also with the, if it was...
and that's actually meant for camera.
Yes.
I've had the thing for a while.
The foot for, the camera foot for the tripod is still actually on the camera.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there's no place to put it on the webcam.
Mm-hmm. I used to do major photography. Once upon a time, I actually did photography. And I take pictures with my phone.
When we complete that one order and drive it out to the coast, we can take the camera with us.
Yeah.
The real camera, not just the phone. Actually, the phone has more megapixels. That is a funky shape. I was like, that would have muffin top
but
going on.
It's kind of like, yeah.
You get a different style of photograph from a phone versus a
I've
camera.
been doing photography since I was in high school. With a real camera.
So that was one thing that the middle school didn't have when you were there, but did have when I was there. Was the photography department?
Yeah.
Oh, but you just didn't take photography when you were in middle
Well,
school.
you had to be part of the yearbook class. It was elite. It was kind of like...
Well, they moved yearbook to the journalism class, you see.
Which
Which was a club and not a class.
Well, it was just a... yearbook was, but you... Oh,
It was an extra. It was a full photography
They only
class.
they only offered it, if you're one of 30 people in the school.
Yeah, I know.
No, I mean, it was... the school
And
was
you had to apply to join.
to take the class. You had to be recommended, basically.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like... And in high school, I didn't actually take the photography class.
You just
Jason
did
took-
photography.
Jason took the photography class.
I
I took photography... Was it in high school? I think it was when I was going to a Chabot.
So it was
I took-
once you were in college that you took
Yeah.
bona fide class.
Yeah, that was fun. It was, just doing black and white photography, pretty much probably the same curriculum.
Oh yeah, because there's not much difference in curriculum between middle school and college. Not for
No,
art
I mean-
courses.
30 years later, they hadn't changed the curriculum.
Oh, because it was still the black and white silver process
But
photography.
that's cool, though.
Yeah. But at the point when I was taking it, it was hard to find that film.
Oh, it wasn't hard to find it then.
No, I bet not.
It was actually cheaper to have processed, cheaper to buy. And it was
Well,
also fun.
we processed the film in class.
No, but I mean, I didn't always do it just in class, because
Yeah.
we'd go all over the place doing photographs.
I'm going to close up the clay, and those will be the last few pieces. Oh, I still have to get that plate from over there. There we go. Let's see, how many pieces did we do? 4, 10, 13, 14, 18. So you'll be stopping at 21 pieces.
I don't have to feel bad if I don't do anything.
Yeah. We'll have...
Not
4
too bad, at least.
Yeah.
I should be doing something. It's usually it.
I'd say that as, I think the last time we stitched patches onto my toe, was it you who did the stitching, or was it me because that
I
beige
think it was
wool,
you.
because that beige wool is so bloody dense.
I don't remember, but it may have just been you. And what we can do is get started on doing the large applique project for your coat. You have to come up with the design first.
Well, it's awkward. I think that what we need to do is lay my coat out on the floor again and take me back to photographs.
Yeah.
Because I know
We've changed them.
we've changed the coats since then. Because I think last time we laid the coats out and took photographs, for the purpose of designing elements to go on them, was before the colored stripe was added to the edge of my coat.
Yeah.
And yours has a lot of edge stripes.
Yeah, it needs...
We talked about doing grapevines.
Grapevines or roses? Or was it just... No, it was
It was
just
grapevines.
Because you don't want it to
No,
get
'cause you
mistaken
don't-
for anything else.
No, you don't want it to end up looking like a wreath of roses. You have to have very
'Cause
carefully
my-
singular
the-
roses.
Yeah, the charger on my device is a rose.
You have the one rose on your coat.
Yes.
That's pretty much all you get. But yes, what we need to do, Mom, is make my coat heavier.
Yeah.
I suppose what we should do is actually weigh that thing. 'Cause I swear mine's heavier than yours. And there's less cloth there. Well, less yardage? I think there's more mass. It's a beige wool. It's so
Yeah.
dense.
I don't think it's really that much less massive than mine. I think it's probably about the same amount of fabric, yardage-wise. I think it's just that it's heavier. Because I actually did I can actually put your coat on. And it's kind
I
of...
bet you can't get the full cross across the front, though.
Oh no. But it's kind of,
I do
that
not
was
have
really
powder
uncomfortable.
muscles.
That's heavy. Well, then it presses on the
It
sensitive
is a
nerves.
very heavy coat. When I wore it to play in the snow, didn't feel the cold at all. We weren't even wearing particularly warm hats.
Wearing the null-bound hats.
Yeah. Oh, pretty foot to that.
Poof, cup.
Pretty cup. It's a good cup though. It also seems to be a good plate there.
Like I said, you should do like plates or cups. Just
Or both. Both is good. What's 4 mugs? I should check to make sure that you have handles. Good. I need 3.
3 big ones and
1 tan one.
bleh. Now I'm tired.
Now
But-
they're tired.
But I only have 1 left.
Yeah. Oh, and I still need to put that bag away. Then have the bag. We close the bag up. Okay, what's in this bag? Those are black handles. Those aren't the right color.
But
Nope, there.
no, the unevenness comes up out of the top.
And then she cuts its head off.
Off with his head.
Okay, you definitely have enough tan, but I need to pull you some red. I'll use some of that red that was only pretending to be on right. Keep going, is it? Yeah, the tan is particularly friendly. I'm like, oh yeah, that's because that is the newest, the most recently received delivery of clay. There's a reason why it's the softest.
So that what we go through the fastest.
Yes. We have 1 red handle. It's actually a long length that looks like it was an offcut from something else.
Uh-huh.
But, can totally use it for a look. Squish, squish, squish. Now I'm playing Look for the Cat. Yep, she's in her box.
Ears pop up.
I touched the box. That's good now there's the 1 ear. This. Hi, Nix. We're almost done. Yes. Make eye contact with you over the edge. Yeah.
There we go. 1 more. And Duh.
One more leaves it up. See how much handle we get out of this one. Hunk of coil. Looks like it'll be 3 anyways. 1, 2, 3. Bats are no longer fit to throw on. They become workboards. And I will try not to splatter you this time. Especially considering I'm working with red and you're not.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Don't behave like this, you stupid piece of clay. Oh, that bucket's about to overflow.
Maybe you should do something about that, Sarah.
A moment, please. Surface tension says it hasn't overflowed yet. There we go. A recent small upgrade to the way the wheel behaves is there is now a downspout that directs the water from the spill tray to someplace we can see, rather than being under the wheel there.
And also that way you can have a bigger bucket.
Yes, it doesn't have to fit under the wheel.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why the floor had gotten so bad. Because I didn't see it overflow, and then there was clay and muck and water and... Yeah. Two handles. There. 3 handles. 3 handles, 3 cups.
Whoa. Thought it was
Oh.
thin.
Oh my. Well, that's a smaller cup now.
But the funny thing was, is I was thinking it would look better as a shorter cut. Maybe I should trim some off.
And then it decided to trim itself.
There. How's that?
There we go. This little globy cup.
Yeah.
And I'll grab this one as well. Or I think I will. Let's scoot it over the edge. My fingernails are too short to grab the edge of it right now. There. And that'll be it for today.
Yeah. Bye-bye.